Hi, welcome to Kendra by Omar. Thanks for always viewing my channel. Thanks to my subscribers. If you're new in this channel, thanks. Kindly like and subscribe. You're most welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be learning how to make a lapel jacket, a collar jacket, how to draft and how to cut it. So what I'm trying to do, I'm drafting the back first. You all know this process. I'm trying to draft my basic bodice pattern on the back pattern for the jacket. Alright, so I'm drafting my shoulder, taking my shoulder measurement and bringing it down. I'll draw my lines, take 1 inch from my shoulder slope, then take the mid for my armhole, the midpoint there for my armhole. Alright, so I'm coming down by 1.5 inch. 1.1 inch is fine. 1.5 by 3. That's my neckline for the back, please. And make sure you're cutting on fold. Alright. So I'm gonna take my bust pan, nipple to nipple measurement. Mine is 4.5. So I'm gonna take it down and I'm going to draw it down. My waist, I'm going to come out going by half an inch, come out by half an inch, then draw it down to where I have the length of my jacket. I'll connect like so. Please, this is the back, don't forget. Now I want a shoulder that, so I'm going to divide into two, then take half an inch from one side, then draw the lines. Then the half an inch I took, I'm going to extend it. That's why you see the shoulder line is extended, please. So I'm going to be taking my measurement now, my bust point. I'll take it, then I'll add my seam allowance of 2 inch. Alright, so my measurement for my waist, I'm taking it, I'm dividing my waist by 4. I've drafted it now, then I'm adding 2 inches for seam allowance. Alright, so I'll do same to my hips because I want it to be a little bit, below my hips. So I'll go ahead and join the lines. Then by the waist, I'll come in by half an inch because I don't want this bulginess at the back. I want it to be very fitted. So this is center back and this is center back, side back. Please don't always forget to label your patterns. Alright, I don't want this sharp edge, so I'm going to kind of I left 1 inch there, so I'm going to connect it to marry the other line. I don't want the sharp edge. So I'm done. I'm cutting the back. If you have watched so far and you find it interesting, kindly like, share and subscribe. So I'm cutting the back pattern. Remember to follow your lines and cut properly, please. Alright, so I forgot to actually draw the half inch I told you I took for the shoulder, that I added it back. Alright, be sure to add it to avoid mistakes. So I've done that. I'll keep cutting. So the former line is invalid. Keep cutting. I think this is very understandable. I don't know. Let me know in your comment section, please. In my comment section. Alright. So I'm done drafting the back. I'll go ahead and draft the front. So my front, I'll be coming down by 7.5 inch, depending on how big you want your collar to be. Then by the side, I'll go in by 5 inch. So 7.5 inch on top, then 5 inch by the side. So I'll go ahead and draft my normal basic bodice pattern as well. My bodice block, I'll go and draft it like I did for the back. I'm putting same to the front. My neckline is 3 by 3. Alright, my shoulder slope, my neckline is 3 by 3. The back was 1.5 by 3. 1 is fine as well. So I'm going ahead to take my nipple to nipple measurement. Alright, the mid of my armhole. Alright, so half an inch, half an inch. You could use 1 inch if you want. I came down by 1 inch from my bust point, then I had to join the lines. I'll join it down as well to meet my hip line. Remember my shoulders, that I'm going to take like I did for the back pattern. Alright, so I'm going to come in by half an inch. You know, the front and the back is different. So I'm just drafting my waist measurement, my bust measurement, my hip measurement, and I'm giving 2 inches as same allowance like I did for the back pattern. Alright, so when I'm done with that, like I did for the back pattern, I'm going to, like, I don't want sharp edges, I'm going to do for the front. Then I'll draw my armhole. You know that. Alright, please, I made a mistake here. Always draw your armhole from the point. I didn't draw it. I'm going to correct it though. So I came out by 1 inch from my neckline down. Alright, so I'm drawing it now. I'm attaching it to my neckline. Then I took note of my waist, the waist point there. I took note. That's going to be my break point. Please don't forget, that's the break point where you have the lapel flipping and all that. I had to draw a diagonal line to meet my break point. Then I came out, depending on how big you want your lapel to be, I came out by 2.5 inch and I married it. I drew it down to my break point, depending on how big you want your lapel to be. So that line is kind of invalid now. So what am I going to be doing now? I took my back pattern, I measured the neckline. I got 3.7, some persons is 3.5. So I had to draw it diagonally. Please, it's not straight, okay? It's not straight. Look at what I'm doing. I'm drawing it diagonally. That is 3.7. Then I'll come out by half an inch and draw. I'll come out by half an inch to make it really slant. Then the other first one is invalid. So I'm going to come in by 3.7 inches as well. And I'm going to marry it down to where I have my lapel. So this is the collar. Alright, I came up by half an inch here for my lapel, half an inch. Then I drew it to meet the other line I told you was invalid. So I'm cutting my patterns now for the front, please. Alright, make sure to cut it gently so that you don't make mistakes. I'm cutting my collar out first. I've gone ahead to label it. Please always label your patterns to avoid mistakes, please. Alright, so I've cut it. When you're cutting your collar, please cut on fold please, when cutting your collar. Alright, so I'm cutting it now. I'm going to be doing the sewing tutorials on how to sew this lapel jacket in my next video, so just stay tuned. Anytime I post drafting and cutting, I always post the sewing process. Alright, so I'm done cutting my front pattern. As you can see, I'm almost done, sorry. Alright, so I'm done cutting my front pattern. What I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be cutting it on my fabric. So my fabric, I'm going to be replicating it on my fabric, my interface, and my lining. For the center front, this one you're seeing me cutting now, I'm going to cut two pieces of fabric instead of lining. I'm not going to be using lining, so when it folds, when the lapel folds, you're going to be seeing this fabric and not black lining. But if you want your lapel to be a different color, you could use, a sophisticated material outside lining for it. All right, there are other materials you could use. You could use a doll face, you could use a duchess. But I used my fabric because I want the lapel to carry the same fabric, so I could rock it with different, different attires. But if I had used a black lapel and a black collar, I don't think I could use it for so many, outfits and all that. So I kind of shaping the down of the of the jacket. You could leave it like that, but I had to just shape in it. No, so I'm cutting my collar now. You cut two. Alright. For my collar, you cut two. You also cut your interface. Alright, so this is the back pattern, this is the front pattern. So this is my sleeve. It's a long sleeve jacket, so I'll go ahead and cut two. You know we have two sleeves. I will link how to draft a basic sleeve on my description box. Please, if you find this helpful, kindly like, share and subscribe. Thank you. So I've gone ahead to cut two. So that's the two sleeves. Alright, I've gone ahead to cut the interface and the lining to them. As you can see, thanks for watching.